Mummies from movies are known for their fabulous wealth and curses that make treasure hunters miserable. But Hollywood didn't come up with the curse concept. In 1922, King Tutankhamun's tomb in the Valley of the Kings near Luxor, Egypt, led to the discovery of the mummy's curse. King Tut's curse, also known as the Curse of the Pharaoh, is among the world's most famous curses. It's believed that those who violated the boy king's tomb in Egypt's Valley of the Kings were cursed ever since his tomb was discovered. In this video, we'll talk about the cursed tomb of King Tut. He died at the young age of 19, possibly murdered by his enemies, so his tomb was modest compared to those of his contemporaries. His successors attempted to erase his memory after his death by erasing his name from all official records, including those carved into stone. His enemy efforts, however, only led to his eventual fame. He was called Tutankhamun, King Tut. Pharaohs were revered by ancient Egyptians as gods. Their bodies were embalmed upon death, and their mummified bodies were then placed in elaborate tombs like the Great Pyramid. Surrounded by all the riches the royals would need in the next life, architects of Egypt designed the tombs to resist thieves, and sometimes heavy hard granite plugs were used to block passageways. After the tombs were sealed, they were carefully sealed. Some entrances were cursed, while others had false doorways or hidden rooms to fool intruders. Despite these precautions, grave robbers managed to penetrate the tombs in ancient times. They unsealed the doors, chiseled their way around the plugs, and found hidden rooms. They stole the valuables of the dead kings. There's no way to know whether any of the thieves suffered a curse's wrath. There was a great deal of interest in Egypt in the 19th century from European archaeologists. They discovered old tombs and explored their deep recesses, always hoping to find a forgotten crypt that had not been plundered in antiquity. Archaeologists always felt disappointed when they found out that the pharaohs had left untold treasures that would be of immense value to the art, science, and economy. In 1922, Howard Carter, an internationally renowned archaeologist, and Lord Carnarvon, his financial backer, hold a flickering match against the darkness of Thebes. At the mouth of the ancient doorway of the boy Pharaoh Tutankhamun's tomb, they are beneath the Egyptian sand. Hot air escapes. As they peer inside the tomb at treasures hidden for 3,000 years, they also ignited global fascination with ancient Egypt. They discovered the most well-preserved tomb in Egypt's Valley of the Kings after searching for years and years. Almost immediately, Howard Carter and Lord Carnarvon became household names, but their popularity didn't last long. Lord Carnarvon died a few months after the tomb was successfully excavated, as a result of being bitten by a mosquito. Carnarvon nicked a bite with his razor when shaving. The small cut resulted in a severe blood infection, causing him to die after a fever. According to reports, all the lights in Cairo were out when he died due to a power outage. His servant, however, reported that his beloved terrier, Susie, had howled mournfully in the night before dropping to the ground at the reported time of Carnarvon's death in England. The public's attention shifted almost as quickly to the possibility that a curse was afflicting all those who had entered King Tut's tomb. A number of inexplicable events, such as sudden deaths and grievous misfortunes, led many to speculate that an evil spell cursed those who had defiled the tomb of the pharaoh. According to legend, disturbing embalmed remains of Egyptian pharaohs is cursed. It brings bad luck, illness, and death to those who disturb them. Deaths of various members of Carter's team over the years and apparent visitors to the tomb kept the story alive, particularly those involving violence or odd circumstances. There were several alleged victims of the curse, including Egyptian Prince Ali Kamal Fameh Bey, murdered by his wife in 1923. In 1924, Sir Archibald Douglas Reed was said to have x-rayed the mummy and then died mysteriously. Carter's excavation team member Arthur Mace was reported to have died of arsenic poisoning in 1928. Richard Bethel, Carter's secretary, who died smothered in his bed in 1929, and his father, who committed suicide in 1930. Going back to Lord Carnarvon, according to some theorists seeking a scientific explanation, Carnarvon's death may have been caused by toxins in Tut's tomb. Experts dismiss this hypothesis, even though some ancient mummies are believed to contain potentially harmful molds. Their walls are believed to contain bacteria that can attack the respiratory system. Before he set foot near Tut's tomb, Carnarvon was chronically ill, according to them. Aside from that, he didn't die for months after his first exposure, so the toxins would have caused him death earlier. Although many people who lived in or visited the tomb lived long, this did not undermine their belief in the curse. As Carter himself argued, the whole idea of the mummy's curse was tummy rot. However, when he died of Hodgkin's disease in March of 1939 at the age of 64 in his London flat, the story of the mummy's curse resurfaced in his obituaries, which persist to this day. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.